Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. That is going to be a phrase you hear twice in this video. The reason being is that what I'm recording now is being recorded, I think, just before this video is released. Maximum a day before, but planning it to be just a couple of hours before this video is released. You see, the video that you're about to see is not the video that was supposed to be released. That was supposed to be next week's video. But the video that I was supposed to release today decided that it wants to be corrupt. So, unfortunately, about 45 minutes to an hour worth of footage is just gone. So what I thought I would do is, before the video that you're about to see, I thought it would be a good idea for me to show you very quickly what I did, and also to say thank you to all of the people who have watched that video or watched the last video, watched, commented, pressed the like button, and in particular I want to draw attention to one comment. Although the comments about the recommendations and enjoying the video were really fantastic, I do appreciate that support, but one comment in particular by Jack Robson, and there was a suggestion, and it is this suggestion in the comment that I want to highlight, which led to me building what you see on screen in front of you. This used to be just 4-track, it is now 6-track, and whilst it still isn't quite perfect, as you can see the passenger train did have to stop for the freight train, it is better. So Jack said that during the old railways and the British Railway period, they would build something called void lines. Now, I had never heard of void lines before, and the idea of a void line apparently is to go in and around towns and cities and stay out of the way, ensure that freight trains stay out of the way of any mainline trains. Now this, in theory, sounds excellent. In that video, the corrupt video, I tried a few things. I had a look around a few towns trying to figure out where I could put void lines, and unfortunately the towns that I looked at, I could not find suitable locations for void lines, but that doesn't matter. So what I thought I would do is create a pseudo void line right here on the main line and just shove all freight trains through that line and then make them stop at a signal saying, well, here you go, there's the signal, just stay out of the way of every other train. It isn't working quite the way I want it to yet, but that is the plan. In fact, that was the first test that you just saw on screen of it, or at least the first test with me watching. So that is one thing that I did in that video, and it did take a significant portion of time. But also, if I just go over to Carnforth, away from Macclesfield to Carnforth, the other thing that I did in this video is build this new section of Carnforth. So you may remember this used to be farmland or fields, and I've demolished the fields, or demolished the borders, the hedgerows for the fields, and replaced them with roads. So that is the second thing that I did. This did not take me too long, all of 10 minutes. Tried to keep it as realistic as possible, so having the roads curve around from here, going all the way around and along the edge of the hedgerows. This area where there would have been a field, trying to block it into what could be an estate, and of course following the line of this particular field here. When I expand into this area, that road will continue and plan to continue out and off the map. That is the plan. So those were the things that I did. Unfortunately, as I said, the recording is corrupt, so I had to just sort of give you a brief on what's happened. But again, thank you to everybody who's been watching the videos. To all the new subscribers, welcome. Welcome to the channel, and hopefully you enjoy not just Transport Fever 2 videos, but other videos that I create. And finally, before we go to the actual video, I know a lot of people have been asking for a mods list a number of times. because this list is some 400 odd mods long, requires at least 32 gigabytes of RAM for it to run decently, unless you're running a really large page file. And it is a mods list that I sort of swap mods in and out of as time goes on. So I may find a mod that is better and replace an older mod with it, or an update of the mod. For example, one was the generic British passenger coaches. There's a V2 version of it now, I believe, so I replaced all the V1s with a V2. Same with the LNWR trains, replaced the individual ones with a V2 pack, the generic trains, etc. So unfortunately, keeping an updated mods list is pretty much impossible, and that is why I do not have a mods list. However, if there is a particular mod that you are interested in, say the roads or the houses or the signs or anything like that, please just let me know in the comment, and what I will try and do is I will try and find the mod and give you the link. So that is that. Thank you for watching this recap, and like a cinema event, I suppose. And now, on to the main feature. Hello and welcome back to Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. Last time out, I was building, well, I spent a little bit of time, or most of the episode, building more of Carnforth, but also spent a little bit of time working on improving some of the areas around Macclesfield, trying to create a line that allows the freight to pass through the station and then not get in the way of anything attempting to leave the station. So effectively getting past the station and then stopping between two of the rails. So I created a third railway and just had an area, I think it's about 700 yards long, so about 600 meters or thereabouts, for freight trains to pull into and stop, waiting for any express service or indeed the stopping service to get out of the way, or should I say, for the freight to get out of the way of those two services. In today's video, I'm going to be, as I said at the end of the last video, rebuilding this particular bridge. Now, I've been meaning to do this for, I don't know, maybe 10 weeks, 12 weeks. I started planning this about episode 160, maybe just before that. So, yes, this has been on the list of things to do for quite some time. And I think I'll finally get around to doing it. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. I have some ideas. I've also looked through the comments from weeks ago of what people thought, and I'm going to try and combine them in something that should be aesthetically pleasing, but also fairly realistic and functional. I mean, this looks decent, but I'm not sure if this is all too realistic. So let's get started. Let's go ahead and see if I can improve this particular part of the railway. Okay, so I should be able to do this with things playing in theory. Now, the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out exactly where this bridge is going to go. And the reason I do not class this as fairly realistic is this is a very, very large viaduct which curves its way around. Then it has a small straight section and then again curves its way around. And I'm not sure if that is something that you would get in, at the time this was built, 1880? Was that when I built this? Something like that. So instead, what I'm going to try and do is straighten this viaduct somehow. And the direction I want it to go is that direction there. So let's try and aim it to roughly where it needs to be. Maybe here. actually, even better, what if I can try and match that bit? So possibly a little bit of a bend on the bridge at the start is perfectly all right. But then perhaps when it gets here, I can just have it go straight and have it go straight across this, across here. And then we are going to be in this area. And then we've got that tunnel. So it goes here like this and twists. Okay. Let's do a test. Let's lift this up. So 58 meters up is where this is. That is, and if I make that flat, that appears to be too high up. Hang on. Let me go ahead and add just a bridge to it. There we go. Okay. So, as usual, the bridges are being a bit janky. I have no idea why this is a thing that happens, but it does. Bridge is too high. I can make that bridge lower. Now, looking at it in relation to that as well, it is fairly high up. Yep, that is pretty high up. I'm not sure that would be. I mean, that looks incredible. If I went and changed these to wider, there is a place. I'm just trying to figure out if there's going to be somewhere for a ship to work its way through. There should be. And if not, I'm sure we can figure it out. But that actually looks truly incredible at that height. Is there any other kind of bridge we could potentially use here that would look similarly fantastic? That one just looks terrible. Oh, we have the Britannia Bridge. I could use that. But, okay, hang on a minute. Britannia. There we go. Right, the Britannia Bridge actually isn't that tall. Bother. That should be the base for it. So you'd make a few of these bases. Or am I supposed to put... Now this is the Britannia Bridge. Right. Not tall enough. Never mind. Okay, that's that out of the way. Now, where was it going from again? Back here. Let's make it that tall. Oh no, that is even taller. Right. I think that is even higher up. Yes, that is even higher up. Okay. So, try again. Don't do that. Why is it not letting me do what I want it to do now? Let's try that much. What is that? 58 meters. Okay. I think that might be too high too. No, wait, that looks a little better. That height is starting to look better. Okay, hang on. Let's have a peek. It is still high up. Right. Now the question is this going to be a thing that happens? And if I look at this, where does it start coming back to a decent level? Aha. Hang on. We could make this incredible span bridge. Because we have to have it lift anyway. Because of this section. So I could redesign this, peel this off, embankment, 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 massive viaduct, which I mean a massive viaduct. It is something you could see from very, very far. Now you could probably see it from the top of this hill, right? At the right angle, yes. Don't want it to be quite as high, but can I make this bit slower? Let's try again. That's 57. 56. How about 53 meters? Which in that case would just be from there. Doesn't work. Well, actually, warning, low bridge. It could work. It could work. And if I move that there, it is still quite high up. Okay. This is going to prove to be more difficult than I first envisaged. Alternative. I'm trying to think of any alternatives here. Okay, I do have an alternative. What if I start from here? What is this height? What is this height? Hang on. 48. Right. Lift this ever so slightly. 49. Have that do that. I think it might just do it. It is a low bridge, but it is doable. And then let's have a look at how close that is to. Much better. Much, much better. Okay, this is the bridge span that we need to figure out. So perhaps up to there, and then it is going to swing in to try and join back to this. So I'm going to make this go this way and then swing in and join along here. I think I'm going to take this bit. This bit's a little longer than maybe I would want, but let's see if there's anything else I can do. The wide bases look a little better. Wide arches. Oh, there's a small problem. Small problem right there. Why is that and there? Does that mean this is just a touch too high? I'm not too sure. But I cannot make this much. Actually. Okay, hang on. We have opening areas, so that is good. I'll just take that and wait for it to figure itself out. Eventually it'll figure itself out. Just have to be patient. There we go. Right. I'll have to upgrade this anyway, because I've just used basically just ballast. Then what I need to do is I need to use the good old marker node. Actually, we'll do it from here. Drop this by 2 meters. Drop this by 2 meters. Okay, select everything between here and here and equalize that. That has dropped everything by 2 meters. How does that make this bit look? Perfect. Now we still have this. I'm going to have to try and maybe cover that up somehow. So obviously there are some issues. Right. So that is one bit. Let me try and double the track. Actually, before I do that, I want to get rid of a specific section of track. Oh no. Why won't it let me get rid of the bridge? This is from here. Wait, can we not delete bridges? Yes, we can. So why can I not delete this bridge? Do I need to make this a actual railway? Yes. That's fine. There. Good. This bit is doable. It is similar in height to this bit, so I'm okay with that. Now, if you're wondering why I did that, what I want to do is I'm just going to put in another set of ballast here for now. There we are. So 2 tracks, slightly higher, just by a couple of meters, couple of yards up. This bit I need to fix somehow, because that to me is just too wide. But I will sort that out shortly. Could I try and push this a little closer Might make that a little wider. Anyway, the reason I've done that is because I now wish to get rid of the bridge. We need to somehow connect it to that. So now I actually need to figure out speeds. This gives me a 50 mile per hour, 70 mile per hour curve, as opposed to a 50 mile per hour curve, so this is good. So I'll just break this, and I'll have to figure out where it goes from here to in a moment. But let me do this bit first. I could even get it to go to 80 if I pushed it across here, across this poppy field. $90? $85. Okay, so let's do 80. Which truly is a much, much better speed. Turn that into an embankment. There we go. Okay. And then I have to look at where this is going. So this one needs to go out this way also at 80. So possibly straight out of the tunnel. We need something similar to that, going out at 80. I could, in theory, have this just slightly below. So to fix this bit, we'll do this, break that bit, and then I'll sort out, I know what the collision's for, so I'm not too fast. That's flat. That is actually flat. This is going to work fantastically. 80 miles per hour. I can have that just ever so slightly move down and then just connect. Okay. So build that. $80. There we go. 80. Bit of... can I do a bit of straight track? I have no idea. Let me see. $80. Problem. Right. Small problem. And that is that these two... Oh, there has to be a way, surely. 70. No. I'm going to find a way to do this and get the 80 out of it. So the 81 is going to be as soon as it touches 80, there. Yep. Oh, there is a possibility here. Yep, there is a possibility here. Because I can then widen this one. There we are. There's the 80. Let a train go by. And this is realistic to Britain. This truly is realistic Britain. This happens. Just curved railways everywhere. We do not have straight line railways, a loss of straight line railways, because, well, instead of cutting through things, we would have to wind around things. We're talking the Victorian era here, the 1800s, when a lot of the railways were built. So yes. And then this just very neatly, come on, I say very neatly, from there, very neatly connects up like that. Okay, good. That is a more realistic. This bit is quite realistic, but overall that is a more realistic railway. I can see that being a valid railway. Round and then okay. Now I'll pick the speed for that bridge at a later time. What I need to do is I need to see how to connect it up to this sort of level. That's flat. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I've got this bit here. Oh, this sometimes Transport Fever 2 is just very, very annoying. There we go. That is what I wanted. And as I said, I'm not too fussed on this. Although, would it be even better if I just did that? Possibly. I know about the collision, so I'm not fussed. And then break this bit and just have this tiny bit match that. Actually, even better than that, what if I change the span of the bridge? Does that make it seem worse if I change this? If I change the difference in the girders? I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Right. As long as nothing tries to use... yes, it won't try to use it. That's what the zero's there for. So this is all 80 mile per hour track now, which is really good. Not there. Yeah, up to there. Okay. Quite a significant amount of progress has been made here. Right. Next up is going to be signals. Let's pop some signals in. Signal there, and there's a signal there, so I'm going to just put this signal about here. I know that this all looks a bit messy at the moment. I'll fix it. I will fix it. Also, this means that I can have... So this peels off here. I can have a signal right here. I'll put it here because I can probably have a road. Yes, I'll put a road in here, right along this area. And then I could stick a second signal here. Or would I want it on the bridge? Actually, no. I can have it on the bridge, but I can have it slightly further back. Let's have it over the road. It probably looks a little bit... It'll be nice to see. There we go. Okay. Good. That is working well. Next is the removal of assets. So, problem ones are obviously these. That is what was causing the collision. So I'll get rid of that. There we go. On this side is probably the same thing. Yep. And I will actually get rid of the entire lot because the bridge is, of course, going. So I'll get rid of all of those. And I just have to be careful. This bit, yeah, this bit can go. It's a shame. This was one of the first bits that I made, and I honestly had thought at the time that I had done a decent job, but obviously it really wasn't. There we are. Okay. That is that bit done. Yeah, this little bit here, not a problem. Just a tiny bend in the bridge, not a problem. Even if there was a tiny bend just here, I would not have been against it. I want to see if I can improve this bit, though. So... yeah, see, there is something here that could do with improvement. Now, if it manages to place a pillar... come on, there we go. Right there. That is... this is better. I could... oh, I know what might have caused some of the issues. If I do that, then try. Maybe if I do it this way, will it? Okay. Not exactly what I was after. Why have you done that? Okay. Build that and see if it opens up anything. It will, because I'll do this. There we go. Just be very careful. Sorted. There we go. That is that bit sorted. Now, I want to see what sort of speed limit. So this is 80 around here because there's a 70 bit there. Okay. So keeping this at 80 is fine. And it will speed up. As I said, there will be an improvement here because here, as you can see, we've got 80, 80, 80, 60, 50, then 80. But now it will be 80 the entire way through. The difference is what is the length. So if I go ahead and check, let's check the length of, well, let's check the length of it from here. Roughly, obviously, it isn't going to be quite right. Oh, look, that would have fixed it. It's interesting where it goes from yards to meters. Oh no, one of them is, there we go, look at that. Yards and meters, excellent. Okay, let's say it's roughly 2,300 yards. Probably easier to say, roughly 2,000 meters is that run. And let's try and do this similar one, so it's from there. I'll have to work this out. So 800. It doesn't want to do. Okay, let's say 800 plus that. It's about the same. It's about the same, give or take maybe 30 or 40 meters, which is fine at 80 miles per hour. If we can actually get that to 80 miles per hour, that would be fantastic. This is really strange seeing this go small to large and then back to small, but it works. It certainly works. Right. Let's go ahead and I suppose start sending trains along this route. I could get this up to 100. Well, not that curve, but this bit I could probably get up to 100. But would a train be able to accelerate up to 100? That truly is the question. So I'll leave it at 80. Yep, immediately everything's gone. Hang on a minute. I have a really fast route here that I can take. Okay, now I'm going to start using what I was supposed to use, which is going to be, does it go under hedge? Yes, this is the one I'm supposed to be using. So much better. There we go. Is that the right one, though? It looks a little different for some reason. And then, obviously, the downside is if you get it wrong, it's much harder to... It's much harder to get it... Why do I keep spelling hedge with a... Stop being an idiot. It's much harder for me to... remove it and realign, but it isn't that difficult. There we go. So, for example, here, what I could do. So this is paint, so that is all right. But what I can do is I can say, right, hang on a minute. I can do this and click there. And run this along here. And that surprisingly works. And of course, because this is I'm going to push this a little further back because I'm going to build a road. And because this is an asset, it shouldn't have the same problems in terms of performance hit. But that's the theory. I've been told this by the mod author. I mentioned this in the last video, so if the mod author says it, then they know what they're talking about. They coded it, and I've looked at the code for this. It's a loss of code. Not just for this, for the actual laying it out as roads. Along with all these other mods, the node grabber, the node tool, the equalizer, all of those things. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, here we go. First train coming along, chuffing along at 74 miles per hour, not having to slow down at all. At all. I mean, this is that's as fast as this train can go. 75 miles per hour. Yes, this is. This train is travelling at maximum speed. Excellent. So now, yes, this is much better. Good. Okay, so I'm now going to demolish, after all this time, going to demolish, I'm going to demolish the correct one when I've gone ahead and done the wrong one because I'm an idiot. That's one. Okay. Continue. Bye-bye. Very, very, very long, windy viaduct. Hello, new viaduct, which I probably should change the colour of. I should use the same stone. Actually, I should probably... Hang on a minute. I'm just going to do something very quickly here. This is just for screenshot purposes. So I have a record of what I've done. And then I'll put the new... There we go. Now we have a record of what has changed. That and that. Much better. Right, back to where we were, which is demolishing things. Here comes another train. Now, I may not do all the detailing today. Obviously the autosave has gone off, which means I'm anywhere between 40 minutes and an hour in. Now what I can also do is, because there is this extra space here, I can create a little freight slip to get freight trains out of the way of anything that's obviously anything that maybe should be having priority. So any passenger service that should have priority. Right, all of this needs to go. So erase, erase, erase. I should have done that first. Hang on. I can, if I just leave this at that level. Quickly do this, put this back in, and now do the erase of... There we go. It's a little bit easier. And of course, we don't need the speed limits, because that is no longer required. So get rid of those two. There we go. All the way down. Trees might disappear too. But I'm going to see what I can do. In fact, just, you know what, just get rid of all of this. There we go. I can easily put it back in. Do a quick check. Everything looks all right. Good. No, what I could do, I could just have a few trains just sitting here. Just connect a couple of lines up and just, here we go, we'll just have a couple of trains just parked up. I might do that. If you have any ideas about that area, please do let me know. What I'll do is I'll bring it back to there and I'll leave this last bit. And if anybody has ideas, actually, yes, I'll leave it up to there. And if anyone has ideas, please let me know. There we go. Okay. Asset delete. I'll have to do paint delete too. You can see exactly where I put all the effort in. But there we are. And there goes the paint. Okay, good. I could repurpose that as something else. Did I say I was going to put some freight relief here? So a train comes chugging along. Chug, 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 chug. Stop here. In case there's something that needs to get through. So it gets out of the way. So it gets out of the way right here. And it will say if there's anything in that comes in the block behind. So could I have it that it peels off just here? I'm just trying this. So it's not may not keep it. There, if I do that, that was a little wrong. There we go. So that there, and have a signal right at the end of this. Bring these signals just here instead. How long is that? I mean, it's long enough, right? It's long enough for an entire freight train. So, in that case, something goes through here. And then by the time... Okay. Yep, that is what I'm going to do. So... I'm looking for... What am I looking for? A signal here. No, not quite. Not particularly keen on that. More 50 mile per hour track. Is that better? Not quite. That is better. Yes, that one is better. Okay. So a signal has to go here. You have signals there. These signals need to move So we'll put these signals about here instead of where they currently are. Well, actually, hang on. Only one of the signals needs to move. And that is that signal. So I'll bring that there. There we go. Good. And get that one and say that you need to be going through that. There we go. Gets it clear. That gets that one clear when it's fully laden. So could I do the same on the opposite side? Or should I just have it cross back into the... No. I'll leave this for now in this manner. Let me know in the comments if you think I should do that on this side too. What I'm going to do now though is, since that is wide enough, I'll go ahead and put the hedgerows in. And this time, spell it correctly. You type things in Transport Fever 2, it doesn't quite respond the way you want it to. All the time anyway, sometimes it does. Let's try and get this correct. There we are. It's nice and easily done. No, there. Okay. Problem with Transport Fever 2, and I hope they fix this for Transport Fever 3, is there are too many hotkeys that clash with each other. And I think that is a potential problem. There we are. Okay, next bit. Do this. Actually, this once you start using it and getting used to how you need to do this, it does actually work quite well. And what you can do is you can use like the road version of this, the pathing version, to make start and end points. There we are. Right, paint tools. Let's remove all of this. This is going to take a while. Wait, it won't take a while. Train. Please tell me there's a train coming. Oh, there isn't a train coming. Is there a train coming in the opposite direction? Please tell me there's... Okay, there is this one. Who are you? Oh, you're stopping though. No, you're going to Ely. What? No, you're not. How are you going to Ely? You're in the wrong direction. Oh, right. Lots of trains around now. Never mind, I'll do this the other way. I'll probably end up doing this off camera. It has been, I'm just looking at the timer, it has been about an hour. Do this, there we go, this will be better. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to not destroy the insides of the poppy fields. I wonder if there's a tool that allows me to just select an area and then just paint it. I don't know why I'm doing around the track, because I'm going to fix the track anyway. There we go. Okay. And all the way around there. Perfect. Ish. I'm sure there'll be a few there's some poppies. But I may end up pushing that back anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, assets. Let's just tuck this along. There goes a train. Should have caught that train. And have that go there. And connect up to that. Oh, I wanted to make that wider. Never mind. There we go. So this bit is all coming together very nicely. This bit needs a little bit of work. That bit needs to be reconnected. This bit needs this bit needs this. There we go, done. And then this bit, I suppose, needs the same thing. Shadow's a bit weirder on these, but I guess because... Oh, exactly. That has happened. Actually, I've just realised what the advantage to this would be. This would follow the terrain, as opposed to just cut like a road would. Hello. Right. No, that's not what I meant to do. I wanted to do this. Follow the train. No, not that. Follow the train. Ballast. Slightly smaller. Yep. Let's just do this little bit there. Okay. Is that enough to do? Yes, it is. Good. Maybe make it just a touch bigger. Not that big. Okay, there isn't a way to make it a touch bigger. Play. The quick cheat. There we go. That's all of that sorted. I've noticed that this actually... No, this is fine. I was going to say, I thought this doesn't connect quite properly, but it does. There we go. Job done. Okay, so at that point, I am going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Any suggestions you might have. In the next video, I'll finish detailing this up, maybe off camera. I'll just do this bit. But in the next video, I think what I'm going to do is see if I can put a goods yard up in Lichfield, because I think this would be quite an easy one to do. Expand Lichfield because it appears to be growing, so maybe try and get some buses over on this side, expand this area, and from there see what happens. Just see what happens from there. But this is quite an improvement now. I think it is so much nicer to see just one straight viaduct as opposed to this one that was just weaving in and around. I did say I was going to try and change... Oh no. Is it going to try and change everything? No, just that bit. Good. It was this colour, that's how I was going to do it. Yep, that was the colour. So do that. That works surprisingly well. Okay. Oh, but the sand colour looks even nicer. I'll use this. I said I was using this one, so I'm going to use this one. Right. That bit is going to be something I do off camera. I'll sort that out properly in a moment. But yes, there we go. That is that. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Yes, this is so much better. But yes, I will see you next time in Transport Fever 2, the UK mod series, where, as I said, I'll probably look at adding another goods yard, Lichfield, and, of course, West Mersey. Maybe I'll do West Mersey first, then Lichfield. See what happens. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that. I shall see you next time.